So you are welcome to another episode of Meet the Property Guy, and this time around we'll also be having another screen record, and we'll be discussing about the registered survey. How safe is the registered survey? If you are buying a property in Lagos, you are buying a property outside Lagos, and the document, the title is registered survey, how safe is that property? And after you buy, what are the things that you have to do next? Now, it has become important for me to do this video because I get this question almost regularly. People come into my DM. There's a land in Ekpe that I want to buy. The title is registered survey. Rabbi, what's the meaning of registered survey? Is it a good title? Blah 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 and so on. Despite the fact that I've always shared it in my videos that I sell properties too, but I still get a lot of investors coming to my DM with properties that they want to buy from someone else. All right, now. I've shared this table before, this entire table before, when I was discussing about hierarchy of property titles, but it has become important for me to also return this table once again when we are discussing about registered survey. Now, first thing first, a registered survey as a land document does not stand alone. A registered survey always stands on the particular root title. I mentioned this in my hierarchy of property titles also. So when we say a land has a registered survey, it means that there is a status on that land before the registered survey is done. And one of the status is the land can either be an acquisition land, then there is a registered survey on it. The land can be a free land, and there is a registered survey on it. The land can be a governor's consent land, and there's a registered survey on it. The land can be a CFO land, and there's a registered survey on it. Or the land can be an excision land, and there's a registered survey on it. So, which means whenever the title of a land is registered survey, you want to find out what is the exact status this registered survey is sitting on. What is the exact status is sitting on? Is the land acquisition? Is the land free? Does the land have CFO already? Is the land an excision land, or is the land a governor's consent land? So which means that basically a land having registered survey doesn't mean the land is free from government acquisition. Again, a land having registered survey doesn't mean that the land is free from government acquisition. So the status of that land is derived by the surveyor going there, picking coordinates, and then running a search on that land. So based on the search, they will know that okay, it's a government acquisition land, though, then there's a registered survey on it. Or oh, this land is a free land and there's a registered survey on it. Or the land has excision already, there's a registered survey on it. Or the land has CFO and there's a registered survey on it. Hope you are getting it now. So whenever you want to buy a land, is Ekpe, is Bejuleki, is Mowe, is wherever the land is located, and the documents they are presenting is a registered survey, you want to know the status. You want to know the status of the land. Is the land free? Is the land acquisition? Or what is on the land? Now, the status here, the status of the land here, will also determine what you are going to do next. What you are going to do next after purchase, because it's important. If the land is an acquisition land, maybe the land is acquisition in process, acquisition in view, agric revocation, forestry revocation, military zone, or so on. Acquisition. So after you buy, what you are going to be applying for is government allocation on that land. Now, if the land is already free and then there's a registered survey on it, after you buy, you go on and obtain a CFO on that land. If the land already has governor's consent and there's a registered survey on it, after you buy, you go on and apply for a governor's consent on that land too. Now, if the land already has CFO and maybe it's an estate, for example, you bought in Itunu, you bought in Amen Estate, then you got your deed of assignment and registered survey in your own name. So the land already has CFO. Now, when you sell the land, the person that you sell to can go on and obtain a governor's consent on that land. Now, if the land already has excision and there's a registered survey, can also go on and apply for governor's consent. So it's clear now. It's clear. I try to make all these things very clear so that not everything you have to come to my DM, not everything you have to ask me, and whoever, regardless of whoever you are talking to, is me or any realtor that you are talking to, when they mention some certain things, you already know what to ask. oh, it's a registered survey that is on the land. Okay, you want to know, okay, what's the status of the land? What's the root title? That's the name we call it. What's the root title? Which means that what's the title the registered survey is sitting on? Is it sitting on acquisition? Is it sitting on free? Is it sitting on CFO? Is it sitting on acquisition? Is it sitting on governor's consent? Now, if a land does not have these three, if a land does not have these three, so that means we have a registered survey land on free, or we have a registered survey land on acquisition. These both are freehold. These two like this. These two are freehold. These are called freehold land. Because these two, they don't have any documents yet issued by the government. So this registered survey is sitting on free, and this registered survey is sitting on acquisition. The land is a freehold land because there is no document issued by the government yet on it. Now, if the registered survey is sitting on acquisition land, if the registered survey is sitting on CFO, if the registered survey is sitting on governor's consent, these ones are not freehold. And these ones are free from government acquisition, as long as your lawyer can verify the status of these documents and ensure that they have not been revoked. Do you understand now? So registered survey on free, registered survey on acquisition, these are freehold. These are freehold. So if the freehold is acquisition, that means it's government allocation you apply for. If the freehold is free, that means it's CFO that you apply for. You can see that it's becoming clear now. So if the land is freehold and it's a registered survey that is on it, you want to know if it's an acquisition freehold or is a free freehold. Is a land that is free from government acquisition freehold. Whereas if the registered survey is on acquisition, if the registered survey is on CFO, if the registered survey is on governor's consent, you just want to verify to be sure that any of these documents that are issued by the government have not revoked it. Because the government at times, there are some CFO in Lagos that the government have revoked. There are some governor's consent the government have revoked. There are some acquisition the government have revoked. And if you don't search and verify it, you are not going to know. So, hope is clear now. Registered survey for everything. So you can buy a land from family, you can buy a land from real estate company, and it can fall under all these categories. Can be an acquisition, registered survey is on it. Can be a CFO, registered survey on it. Can be a governor's consent, registered survey is on it. It can be a free land, registered survey is on it, and it can also be an acquisition land, registered survey on it is on it. And at the top here, you already have all the documents that you are going to apply for next after you purchase. If you have been watching our videos, you have been learning from our videos, and you have not subscribed yet to our channel, you have not subscribed yet to our videos, I really want you to subscribe. Congratulations to me, and also thanks to a lot of you guys. I've already hit the 2K subscribers, so the next target is to hit 3K subscribers this year. So I really want you guys to subscribe. I really want you to share these videos with your friends, and I also want you guys to give us a thumb like if you find this video and this content helpful. Now, feel free to also drop your comments if you have questions to ask about acquisition, you have questions to ask about freehold, you have questions to ask about CFO, you have questions to ask about registered survey. So it's now clear. If a land is registered survey, you want to find out what is the root title. What is the root title? Is it sitting on the freehold root title? Is it sitting on the CFO and the acquisition and the governor's consent root title? Because these are going to determine what you are going to do next after you have purchased that property. Now, as I always say it in my videos, and as a lot of investors have been advising me, what I do, what we do at Meet the Property Guy, what I do as Rabiu Mustafa, I sell real estate, I sell properties. So a lot of the different locations, a lot of the different properties, different estates, different documents that we analyze on this channel are because this is what we do on a daily basis. These are what we come across on a daily basis. Selling land, selling houses, looking at return on investment for investors, building portfolio for investors, and that's why we try as much as possible to guide you, to educate you, so that before you even put in your funds and after you are putting your funds, you have full knowledge about what you are putting your funds into. So feel free to drop a comment, feel free to send us a DM if you have any other questions that you want to ask about the registered survey in Ekpe, freehold land in Ekpe, CFO in process land in Ekpe, and so on and so forth. Again, Rabiu does not tell you not to buy any property. Rabiu does not tell you not to buy any estate. Rabiu does not tell you not to buy from any developer. What we do here is to tell you, if you buy, this is what you have to do next. If you want to buy, these are what you have to ask. If you want to buy, these are what you have to verify. And that's our job, basically. I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a surveyor. Me too, I sell properties, I sell real estate too. But we just want to ensure that you don't go into any transaction blindly, and you don't go into any transaction without really knowing or having full knowledge of what you are going into. So feel free to drop your questions. Feel free to drop your anything that you don't understand yet. I will definitely attend to your question. I think more property on the planet, your property advisor, your property consultant, Rabiu Mustafa. Don't forget, once again, if you haven't subscribed, feel free to subscribe. And if you have subscribed and you have not turned on the notification button, kindly do turn on the notification button, so that as we are dropping these videos, you get notified and you can come to our channel and watch these topics as it is hot. Alright, thanks, and see you next time.